I want to show you how you can save a bunch of time every day using LLMs like ChatGPT. Now, normally you have to go to ChatGPT to get the help, but I'm going to be using a Chrome extension called Ask Steve that brings ChatGPT to you right in the browser where you're already working. So let's take a simple example. I'm trying to find a place to eat in Bentonville. I'm looking through these reviews, I see something, and I don't know what it means. In this case, let's say ceviche and queso fundido. Normally, I would open a new tab, do a Google search, go through the 10 blue links, and try to find out the answer and lose a bunch of time and context. But now I can just select that text and ask Steve to tell me what this means from the Chrome context menu. And Steve will tell me exactly what that means right where I'm already at without me having to leave. So the nice thing here is that I've got a number of these different what we call skills in this menu. Steve ships with over 100 of them, and they're basically just reusable prompts. They are prompts that you've written once and can use over and over again on any page or any text selection. And they come in a number of different categories: content creation and editing, personal and professional support, research and analysis. And if you don't have an existing skill and you just want to make a one-off like ChatGPT type request, then you just pick one-time request and ask Steve to do whatever it is you want him to do. Okay, so that's how you can use the context menu to unlock the power of ChatGPT on every web page, any text that you can select and want to do anything with. Next up, let's look at chat. We now have an interactive chat panel on every web page that you can ask questions. So I can ask Steve any questions about this page. So I can say, tell me the Mexican restaurants. And it will go through and read the page and then give me a list of just the Mexican restaurants on this top restaurants in Bentonville list. That's awesome. Now I can ask any particular kind of question I want to, and I opened this chat window by pressing the Ask Steve icon in the toolbar. Another thing I can do is I can run any skill here. So I do have a skill that extracts restaurant information. So I can say extract it. And what it's going to do is it's going to read this whole page and it's going to generate a table for me that actually has all this key information from this page: the name of the restaurant, the rating, the number of reviews, the genre, and then the average price tag, as well as a Google link that I can use to search and find that particular restaurant. So imagine how much time that would have taken to do by hand. And now I can just do it with a very simple request. It could have been a one-off request. In this case, it was a skill. Okay, so now how am I going to pick where to eat? So let me go into this restaurant, Tavola Trattoria, and I'm looking, and there's a lot of reviews, and I got to read a lot of reviews for every single one of these restaurants. That's going to take some time. Here again, I can ask Steve to help. And in this case, what I'm going to do, because I'm going to want to do this on every restaurant, I'm going to add a button to this page that does this for me, exactly what I want. So I'm going to open up the Ask Steve side panel. By default, I'm in chat, but I'm going to go over to skills. I'm going to find my reviews skill that actually summarizes reviews. And you can see the text of the review here. Basically, it takes a bunch of reviews and then it generates two lists: a list of what people like, what they dislike, and then it also includes the overall sentiment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a button, and it's going to get the reviews from this page. So I'm going to leave that empty. It's going to put the results in a pop-up. And now I'm going to add a button right here to this thing. And now I've got this button on the page, and I click on it, one click, and it's actually going to go read through all the reviews for Tavola and give me the likes, the dislikes, and then the overall sentiment. In this case, it's positive. Now, this particular button is only going to appear on this page for Tavola because that's where it's anchored to right now. But if I go in and do a light edit here and just remove this custom part that applies to Tavola and say update, now it will appear on every restaurant page. So if I go back to my top 10 list and I go to Crepes Paulette and open that, we can see my button is there. I hit the summarize reviews button and it will go read all the reviews for Crepes Paulette and give me the likes, the dislikes, and the positives. So now I can just rip through these restaurants and I can very quickly see what people like and dislike about each of them and make my decision without actually having to parse through and read through all those reviews. Now, finally, Steve isn't just good at reading information and parsing and analyzing. He's also good at helping you write stuff. So let's say I go to Crepes Paulette and I want to write a review, and I'm going to write up just some quick bullets here of what I want to do. Let's see. Here we go. I've got my bullets. And I made some quick notes. You know, it's hard to find. They have non-dairy crepes. The Thai crepe is my favorite, etc. But this isn't suitable for posting as like a TripAdvisor review. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to either hit Command-Shift-K on a Mac, or Control-Shift-K on Windows or Chrome OS, and then that quick action box comes up. And here I can type in anything I want Steve to do, or once again, trigger a particular skill. So in this case, I'm going to trigger the skill, turn this into a well-written review. And I'm going to have Steve do it right in line. And what Steve did was, right in line, rewrote all my bullets into a very nice TripAdvisor type review that is now suitable for a light edit and then posting. So anytime you think to yourself, it would be great if someone else could do this for me, like Steve probably can. It takes seconds to install. It's completely free, and you can install it from www.asksteve.to. So try it out today. Thanks.